The winter season is in the second half, and we want to talk all things Mariemont Warriors with AD Tom Nerl. Coach, how are we doing this morning?
Doing well, Rob. How about you? We got that big weekend with snow. I guess it's good to have snow on Friday, only to
Yeah.
get to play the game on Friday night. So we were fortunate to do that. The
If you're
kids
going to
enjoyed
get
it.
if you're going to have a snow day, have it on a Friday, right?
Not real. The athletic directors will never say that, but the kids love it. I don't know if the parents love it, but fortunate enough the roads cleared up and we were able to play. That's a lot of work. There's a lot of work on a snow day for athletic directors. I know, woe was us, but there's just a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is, I think I heard 55 on Thursday. I know it's going to be raining, but we'll wash all that salt out, and maybe we're a little bit closer to spring.
Yeah, well, we always have that fake spring that comes in, so
Right.
everyone will get out and start throwing balls around, and then their arms will hurt, and then they'll get 10 inches of snow.
Yes, that darn groundhog.
Yeah,
Let's jump right in. Let's go boys basketball. What a season they're having in a tough week coming up with at Taylor at Madera. But boy, what a nice season so far for boys basketball.
they really are having a good season, and we talked at the beginning of the season how hopeful we were with this bunch. Just great camaraderie amongst the team members, a lot of selfless playing amongst the roster. A big win last week, a big rivalry win at Indian Hill to go up there and close the gap right before half, then made a run, and then last week went out to Blanchester, and then a nice win against Finneytown. But you're right, big win this week. They're at Taylor on Tuesday. Taylor is always difficult to play
Always tough.
for the road team. They have a great student crowd there, and they always come ready for you. So we'll find out who the weasel is when we go to Taylor tomorrow, and then
Yes.
up in Madera for a rivalry game. And doesn't matter what their record is. Teams
Put
always
those records out.
throw them out, and it's a good rivalry. It's a fun rivalry. So yeah, go up there and see what we can do. And then we're getting close to tournament time. So building up the seed. I know the RPI factor that they're using this year for seeding. I think we're number two in our section. So, four good teams there, four brackets. Should be a lot of fun. So we got to take care of business first. Got Wyoming coming in, I believe, next week. The league leader. So maybe we catch a little magic there as well.
Tom, before we jump onto the girls' side of hoops, let's talk about the RPI. Do you like how it's shaking out? I know I'll probably get a different answer if I ask Coach Caldwell, but from the AD standpoint, are you pleased with how it's currently designed and how they're doing it?
I think it is so far, and that came out of the coaches association, and it'll take the guesswork out of your seed, so you don't get any wild cards. And when you go to your seed meeting, that someone's not from the area and they really don't pay attention to not just the records, but who you're playing and who you're beating, and strength of schedule and things like that. So from that aspect, yeah, I think it's good. I think there's probably still some tweaks that need to be made with it, not just on wins and losses and schedule, but I don't know how deep you go with that. We think we play a pretty competitive schedule. We play up out of our division for a few, so like to see that rewarded. But we're two right now. We think it's a one or a two. We think those top four are all pretty close. So it's working pretty well. And yeah, the girl side we'll see. I just eyeballing it briefly. I think there's little things askew, but the coaches seem to be in favor so far. And the seed meetings are always difficult, like I said, because someone comes in, or your league better than a different league, and you don't weight it more, or they don't look at how many D1, D2 schools you're playing above your level. And I think that should account for something, especially if you're competitive, to challenge yourself. Our coach Caldwell, he loves doing that. He loves playing higher. He loves the competition. He likes to win the league, but more importantly, likes to get him ready for March, late February and March, and go on that run. So it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and hopefully things work out. But they're certainly on a good run so far.
Yep, thanks for your input on that. On the girls' side, uh, they've played a tough schedule. I know they graduated a lot of players, 10-6. They travel to the Amazons on Wednesday, but they have to be pleased. I mean, a tough loss at Taylor, which is always tough to do, 49-44 on Saturday. But It's a tough schedule.
It is a tough schedule. Again, we've already talked about Taylor. They were down 12 most of the game. A slow start from the get-go, kind of carried over from the Wyoming game. A lot of good looks, just not a lot of good shots that fell. I think that game was 23-17 or something like that. So not a lot of scoring there. But they trailed by 12 a lot of the game at Taylor, got hot, ended up losing by 4. But their schedule's just been a grind this year
Right.
through no fault of their own. Having to reschedule games. The Taylor game was a flip flop. We had to reschedule that early on. Norwood had issues with their gym, so we played that last Monday on Martin Luther King Day. Tonight's the first Monday they've had off in a long time, and that's just they play a lot of 3-game weeks and coming out. I know when we came back after Christmas, um, it was a grind. It was a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. But that it doesn't sound it sounds like a lot because it is a lot, and their legs get tired. And so hopefully tonight they can reset, get ready for the Amazons. As you said, it's a very close game here, very good game here. So hopefully we can carry that over, get some momentum. They'll have the weekend off, and then next week, jump back into it, Seven Hills and Deer Park. Start coming back home again.
So best of luck on Wednesday. That'll be a tough one. Like
Yeah,
throw the
it'll be
records
fun.
out and go get down and guard, make some shots, and see how it goes.
Yep, it's always fun. Always
Yeah.
fun.
Let's go to the lanes.
Okay.
Let's talk bowling. Looks
Yep.
like hosting. I'm guessing a hosting Summit at Matty Bowl, unless it's home lanes for Summit as well. And then wow, busy week.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Summit or Madison Bowl swings both ways. They're very good with the schools they host. I think it's us and Walnut Hills and Deer Park or Deer Park maybe across Cape. But there's about 5 or 6 schools that call that
Right.
home. But yeah, scores have been improving. Mitchell Barr, his compadres on the boys' side, their scores are slowly climbing. The girls' side, really a big influx this year with the seniors coming out to bowl and a very competitive match with Deer Park last week. Just trying to get back into it, get some momentum. Again, the first week of February, we start the bowling tournament, so
Sure.
it's right around the corner, and hopefully they just continue to improve. A lot of first year bowlers, so even though they may not be young in age or young in experience, they're doing a great job.
Then Wednesday they go over to the mega lanes over at Western Bowl and face Taylor, and then Eastgate play Indian Hill. So busy week for
Good
both.
old Western Bowl, yeah.
The old Hoinky.
Yeah, it's amazing when you think of all the old pin houses that there used to be, and there's just Western Bowl was always a big one. Madison's always been around. Stone's a smaller house over Norwood, but then just the ones that we've lost along the way, Kingpin Lanes and
Remember there
up
used to be one in
Berry Grove
Kenwood.
Lanes.
Remember Kenwood used to have bowling.
Yeah, Kenwood, right where the mall is now. So yeah, a lot of yeah. I guess our kids. Well, our kids haven't seen, we get a snow day, we'd be on the bus going to bowling lanes and knocking out some frames, but not anymore. But yeah, the
Time
kids
has
have fun
changed.
with it and they do a great job. Coaches do a great job with them.
Best of luck to bowling this week
Thank
with
you.
3 matches, and
Yeah.
let's dive into the pool. Talk swimming. We're getting close to tournament time here at the end of the month.
Yeah, a little bit different this year. So we're doing the CHL championships a week earlier this year, which allow some kids to start their taper later as we get
Okay.
into sectionals and districts. But the CHL this week, 1 o'clock over at Pal Crosby Lanes over by Wyoming. Wyoming will host that for us. We'll have diving here on Friday night at 7 o'clock. So the CHL diving, a lot of good divers in the league. A state qualifier from Reading last year did a great job on the boys' side. Indian Hill always brings a loaded slate with that, but we'll have diving here at 7 o'clock on Friday. We going into the league. Julia Bowl, our junior swimmer, does a great job. She's kind of mixing up her events as we went into the Southwest Classic last week.
Okay.
Some medleys, everything else coming up. She's always been a fast freestyler. We look to her to get back to state this year, so hopefully she stays healthy and can win some medals over at Pal Crossley this week. But down on the boys' side, Finn Warden, he's a butterflyer. He does I believe the IM as well. Quinn Heiss, it's two of our swimmers that do good jobs that we're looking for great results as we go over to CHL this week.
Sounds great. I know one of the things you wanted to talk about, fundraiser, before we wrap things up this week, that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, our big fundraiser, big district-wide fundraiser, which we call our Fab Affair. It's foundation, it's the arts, it's boosters. So we come together and do one large fundraiser, and it benefits the district. And just under $100,000 last year raised for these three
Wow.
groups. Yeah, it's really a big night, and it's at Hotel Covington this year. Tickets are online at this time. You can go to Mariemont School's website and find the link for those.
Okay.
But just a great night, a lot of great auction items. It's a great dinner, silent auction, live auction, some raffles going on. Just a lot of work going on with that. Our booster president, Joe McIntosh, our Fab fundraiser chairperson, Ryan Naccioni, and their committee have done a tremendous job with that. So I'm really looking forward to build on what we did last year. We're still taking donations. If there's any sponsors out there that want to donate a basket or kicking door prizes, or if you want to buy a ticket, sponsor a table, all that's available as well. But it benefits three great causes here in the district: our foundation, our arts association, and our athletic booster. So that's coming up. That'll be March 9th, as I said, and things are moving quickly on that one.
And then Tom, tickets again on the district site.
Yes, yeah, I believe there's a fabaffair.com, but the MariemontSchools.org website, and we'll have a link to that on there.
Okay, perfect. Well, best of luck to all your teams this week, Coach.
Great.
We're going to do a run of 4 straight weeks, to get everybody up to speed before tournaments start, and have a great week. And thanks for your time, Coach.
Sounds good. Stay warm. Hopefully, you stay dry with
Yes.
with the rain coming. Thanks, Rob.
Have a good week. Thanks, Tom.